Guys, hope everybody had a good, prosperous, free comic book day. I'm probably going to do a video tomorrow on all the stuff I wasted my money on tomorrow, but, first I got to get this out of the way. Old Man Hawkeye number 4 from like a week, 2 weeks ago. I love this series. It's on my pull list, so if you want to keep up with this, go ahead and subscribe for me. I feel gross. Now, it's actually pretty serendipitous because for free comic book day I bought an old Spider-Man collection called Deadly Foes of Spider-Man, and it actually has the Beetle in it. So now this makes so much more sense now. But let's get into it. So we see Doombot Factory, and we got our boy Abner Jenkins, who was formerly the Beetle. He's just sort of doing this day in and day out, and factory work just sucks. It just sucks. And it also isn't very good that his fellow workers are just mistreating him. Side note, somebody is ordering all these Doombots, which is probably going to come in later. And I just gotta say, I feel like Doombots do more harm than good. Just throwing that out there. But apparently he also was formerly in the Thunderbolts. And he had a different costume and persona called Mach X, which I looked it up. It's more like an Iron Man, cyborg-y type thing. Less personality than the Beetle, if you ask me, but, he's just kind of barely living. And apparently he works all the time, so he's just saving up money. He's writing letters to his wife that, I'm going to be straight up, they kind of seem like suicide letters. So, I mean, look at that. Once you're laying down on the kitchen floor and you got all this trash around you, I feel like it's over. So if that's kind of what you're experiencing right now in your life, get your shit together. So it's a regular Tuesday, and we see this. Quitting time came early today. Abe Jenkins. Yeah, if your name's Abner, you should probably go by Abe. It's not a lot of prestige with the name Abner. And then we see our boy, Old Man Hawkeye. And I gotta tell you, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about post-apocalyptic ponchos, post-apocalyptic ponchos. Say that 5 times fast. Just try to do it right now. Can't do it. Impossible. But it's a good look. It just looks right. Maybe it's just Clint. Maybe it's just him. You got a debt that's come due. Oh, God. Ponchos and debt collection? Terrifying. So, in this little, synopsis of the previous issues, we learn that his whole mission right now, before he goes blind, is exacting revenge for his fallen Avengers comrades. So that's what he's doing. That's what he's going after. It seems to be former Thunderbolt members. So just everybody keep that locked into your noggin, you know what I'm saying? So we see this, and I'm just going to say straight up, I'm not going to show many of the pages because I love this series and I want you to go buy it. Just get in on it. It's violent as hell. If you're so tired of all the just garbage kid stuff Marvel's been making, get this because it's super violent. But and all throughout this, Bullseye has been trailing Hawkeye because, if you got enemies, you need to keep track of them so you know when will be the best time to strike. And, I feel like today in society, people don't have enemies like that anymore, and it's sad. I personally would love to have, my very own nemesis, but, gotta do what you gotta do. So he's got him in his crosshairs, he's ready to go. But then, somebody just straight up slices his gun in half, which I gotta tell you, that looks very expensive. Very expensive. And it's these total dorks. They're part of, what are they called? The Killer Cravenoffs. Which of course is Spider-Man's Craven, the Hunter. But it's just these people with really, distasteful clothing. I gotta say, I don't have a big thing about fur. I love my leather belts. I love my leather in general, you know what I'm saying? But this is that's a little too far, you know what I'm saying? But, so they're like, oh, it's truly an honor. You just cut the man's gun in half. I feel like that's not a good icebreaker, you know what I'm saying? I feel like breaking somebody's property, not a good icebreaker. Just go with the polar bear line, you know what I'm saying? So he just, and they say something of this, it's like, his grandkids or something, and so they're I don't know, it doesn't matter. It really does not matter. Yeah, the legacy of our grandfather. They say they're the Killer Kravinoff heirs to the glorious legacy of our grandfather. How does that, how are you the heir to a legacy? Like, I get being an heir, I get, like, having clout as being related to somebody, but you don't get the legacy. Legacy is strictly a one-person deal. Killer Crave, he's got the legacy. You kids, you're just piggybacking off of your grandfather's exploits. You know what I'm saying? You gotta carve your own path. You can't be just, you know, taking on his name to get everything in life. So you don't get the legacy. You just don't get to have it. So you know what? Bullseye takes care of them in spectacular fashion. And it's bloody and it's brutal. I love it. And then we cut back to Hawkeye was waiting for Abe. Sorry, Abe, to show up. And he shows up in the Beetle costume, which I really like the look of it. I mean, I feel like it's a little dated, but it's still, like, if you're an old man, this would kind of be your costume, you know what I'm saying? It looks good, girl. And it's gonna be good. It's a good suit to die in. It's a good suit. I would love to die in that suit. I'm gonna die in a fucking t-shirt, probably, you know what I'm saying? Gotta get my act together. But, and Clinton says, like, I can't help but notice that you came in the Beetle gear and not the Mach X, and the Mach X, like previously said, is like Iron Man's suit, so which is cheating. It's just cheating. Can't be showing up in a robot gizmo suit. Come on, you gotta go with the lesser of the, and I gotta tell you, this is more striking visually. I like the colors. So they sort of reminisce a little bit, and he's like, look, got no interest in a trip down memory lane. And then we have this, like, really human moment. Wait. Before we start, I need some help. I couldn't get the straps in right. I don't really have anyone else I could ask. And then we see Hawkeye helping the Beetle with his straps, and they're like, yeah, just a little to the left, yeah, thank you, just like old times. Which is, like, reminiscent of the previous issue, or maybe the second issue, where he fights Alpha, I think is his name. He had a big A on his chest, and he grew really tall, and there's nothing more alpha than being tall, am I right? Chad's like, I'm like, I got incels on the brain because my friend, he told me, he's like, I think I might be an incel, and that's just like, whoop, whoop, red alert, we need to shut that shit down. But it's, in that previous issue, the Alpha, or whatever his name is, he's having a drink, and he's like, hey, do you want to have a drink before we fight to the death? And I feel like that's closer to real life, so just this little moment of Clint helping him with his suit when they're about to fight to the death. I mean, yeah, I gotta tell you, it's a little bit corny, but it's been an established thing that this isn't a thing he really wants to do, but he has to do. You know what I mean? He takes no glory in it, and if he was like, no, I'm not gonna help with your fucking straps, part of me would be like, yeah, because you're about to murder this guy. Another part of me would be like, come on, have some honor. So we know that this dude has some honor, and then a fight ensues, and it's awesome. I skip a couple pages. And also on the trail of Hawkeye, not just Bullseye, he's got some creepy crawlies on his way, and I haven't shown them at all because I want you to go get it. But I will show this. So we see Clint, he's in a bar later. We see this kid, which I gotta tell you, is it racist that I was like, oh, Miles Morales. It's a little racist, probably. And we see that some characters that I haven't shown at all in the videos are closing in. He's got multiple men symbiotes tracking him across these Great Plains. Plus, we got Bullseye. I mean, even it was my understanding that Bullseye was closer than the symbiotes were, but I guess it took Bullseye, like, I don't know, a couple of days to take care of the Kravinoff gang, so whatever. A lot of stuff's going down. It's bloody, it's violent. I love it. Go get this shit.